Hello, YouTube people. What is going on? Well, out here doing my daily, nightly jog, and I decided to stop by the bench and do another video for all of you who are listening to my videos. And thank you so much for your attention towards my videos. What I want to talk about tonight is mistakes. I don't know a person on the planet that never made a mistake. We all make mistakes, all of us. And no matter how big or small they are. You know, I've made very large mistakes and I've made very minor mistakes in my life. But we have to believe that God has forgiven us if we've asked for forgiveness, and move on from that situation, and hope that whoever we made the mistake against will forgive us of the past mistakes that we've made. And the only way you're ever going to find out is if you confront that person and say, look, I earnestly want your forgiveness for whatever it is that I've done. And tell them. It's best to be honest. The best thing in the world that you can do is be totally upfront and honest with that person and say, look, I did wrong to you. This is what I did. Even if it's like cheating or whatever you did, confess it. And when you confess it, you'll feel a weight just come right off of your heart. It's just totally uplifting. I mean, it feels like a whole bunch of pressure just came off of you. And it'll make you feel a lot better after you've told the truth, the exact truth and nothing but the truth. Just spit it out, whatever it is. Confess to that person that you did something against. You know, maybe you have ulterior motives. Nobody really knows because you are whoever you are, and we don't know what your ulterior motives are. But even if you don't have any intentions or whatever, it's best to confront the person that you have made a mistake about, and just leave it be, or pray to God that something will change and you'll be able to be back in that person's life again or whatever. So I've made many mistakes in my life. I've made some very huge mistakes in my life. And I always end up confronting that person and telling them, because I don't want to carry any burdens around with me. I don't want to be, thinking 20 years ago, hey, I did this to that person and I've been down and everything ever since, And I don't want to go to my deathbed with, 400 things that I did and I never confronted anybody with them. I just keep letting people down, keep making mistakes over and over and over again, and I never confront anybody. Nah, I don't want to go to my deathbed like that, because it isn't going to be good for you on your judgment day, your literal judgment day. You're going to have judgment days on this earth, but the literal judgment day is the one that you don't want to, go there with all of that baggage. You don't want to do that. So it's better, just confront the person that you made a mistake about. You did something wrong. Confess everything to them. Don't leave anything out. Don't, oh, well, I can't tell them that because they're going to think this and this way about me. Don't do that. Tell them exactly what it is that you did. And I guarantee if you tell every last little thing that you did to that person, you are going to feel a lot better after it happens, after you've told them. You will have nothing on your conscience anymore. You will not be weighted down anymore. You will feel supreme. You're going to feel like you're walking on the clouds. Because if you don't ever say it, and you're too proud, you're too egotistical, you just really don't even care or whatever, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it until you die. And you're going to feel it after you die too. Trust me, you will. So get it all off of your shoulders. Tell everything that you need to tell to that person or everybody, whoever it is. If you've done 50 things wrong to 50 different people and you need to get it off of your chest to feel a lot better, then do it. It's only going to help you. I did this one day. I'll give you for instance, I worked at this place that made salads. It was a place called Fresh Express. And I had a dealing with two supervisors. I called off sick one day, and they gave me 6 points, and if you have 7, you're fired, right? They gave me 6 points for one day of calling off because they swore up and down that I didn't call off. Well, what the deal was is I went to see the managers about becoming a supervisor, and this one guy who was in cahoots with another guy, the one guy wanted the job, okay? So when he found out that I had called off, he erased my call and said there was only one call there. But when we got in the room, we were with another supervisor, and he said right in front of the guy, and I pointed it out, there was only one other call, is what he said. That means there was more than one call, correct? I'm not Albert Einstein, but I do know how we speak English. And you can't say there's only one other call and there's only one call. So he told on himself by saying that. Now, I didn't become the supervisor, and he ended up with the position. But a week later, I went up to him, and I told him, even though you hated on me, you got this job position from me, you gave me 6 points, and I had to go like a whole year without getting a point at all. And I did it. I proved to them that I wasn't going to lay down. Okay, they got me sure enough for that position, but in the end I became the better person, because I went up to him and I said to him, I know you hate on me, I know you did what you did to me, but I still love you. I still love you, and there's nothing you can do about that. And I told the other guy too. Both of them just looked at me like, this guy, he's got to be somebody, because he didn't lay down. He didn't just accept that and get mad and everything else towards us. And they left me alone from that point on, and I didn't end up with any more points. Nobody fired me. I ended up quitting maybe a year after that, but it was a really bad situation, and it happens. But that's what I'm saying. If you did somebody wrong, which they never admitted to doing it wrong, but they never did say that they didn't do it either. when I confronted them with it. Because I knew they did it, and they knew that I knew they did it. I put that right in my language when I spoke to both of them. And they knew it. But, 2 years later, the one guy got fired, and then the other guy ended up, he dropped a forklift battery on his foot and lost 3 of his toes. So, karma comes back, right? You do reap what you sow. And, it's not a good thing. It's not good to be dishonest to other people. And when you make a mistake, you should always confront it right away, because you might go through, sleepless night after sleepless night. You might not be able to get this off of your chest. You might be in fear to even confront that person because you're worried about how they might think about you. But if it's somebody like me, I hope that I leave that persona that somebody can approach me and give their truth to me, because I'm not going to judge you, persecute you, or anything, because it's not my job to do. It's not my job. I don't persecute or judge anybody. I never will. I never have. You'll get your own. If you're not getting it right now or in your past or whatever, you'll get your own soon enough. And I'm fine with that. I'm not going to retaliate. I'm not going to come back, I'm going to get this person back for what they did to me. No, I don't do it. I never have. I'm not resentful like that. I don't put effort into something that somebody has done towards me. And I never will. I don't. Because I had, like I said, I had protection. My protection takes care of me in that way also. They dish out whatever it is that I could never, ever think of doing. They really put a hurting on people. So why would I, what could I do that would be so harmful? Kill you? And I'm not a killer, so, even if I killed you, I would be one that would be suffering a lot of karma. So I don't do that, and I never would. But I just wanted to talk about that. There are mistakes that people make out here. We all make them. You may have been in a relationship and you had another person on the side or whatever, and you didn't tell that person about the other person, and you were with them the whole time, and that person didn't talk to you about, hey, are you cheating on me or this or that? So you just felt like it was okay. And by the time you figured it all out, it was too late. Maybe you ended up marrying that other person, and now you're shameful for what you did. Hey, that's on you. But you should go to the other person and say, look, I'm sorry for what I did to you. And I want to tell you all that I did to you. And when you go and do that to somebody, after you finish with that, regardless of what happens, you are going to feel 1,000,000 times better. You'll start seeing your life will change. Definitely you have to heal from the situation before, but you will definitely feel 1,000,000 times better. So it's always best to confront somebody with any kind of mistake that you made, any kind of wrongdoing, anything, whatever it is. It's best to confront that person with it. Give them your honest confession. Confess to it. There's people in this world that have killed 80 people, right? And then the police confront them and, oh no, I didn't do that, I didn't do nothing, blah, 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 blah. But there's also other people, they killed 80 people and they confess to everything. And they tell them where the bodies are and this and that. Which of the two do you think is the better person? The one that told. The one that gave the confession. The families of the people that they murdered actually know where the bodies are. You know, they can, you know, at least have some kind of proper burial and this and that. The people that lie about it, I'm so sorry for them. I feel real bad for them because they're not going to have the best of anything. And then after they've been killed by the government or whatever, they're going to face their big time judgment. And that's going to be the worst thing that they could ever imagine. So anyways, I want you all to know that I love you. I love you to death. Love yourself, love God, and by all means love each other, people. Until the next time, love, peace, and soul.